passion for something or someone that makes my world turn upside down. Wanna give it up for something or someone that's better than this. So don't be too offended, I have to leave. There's nothing in for me, no, I'm not fitting in. I've packed my things to go. Am I being naive? But it's my choice to make. It's my new rebellious way. Choice to make, it's my new rebellious way.
Happy Sunday, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone today? Wasn't even planning on doing a Sunday podcast, if I'm honest, but so much news came through. I'm doing it a little bit earlier because bank holiday weekend and I'm going out later. So thank you all so much for joining me at this time. I guess on any other week, it would have been like Sausage Squad podcast in about an hour anyway. So thank you so much. Hello, Fancy, Black Queen. 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast, Lynn. Lovely. Sunday to you. Good morning, Sarah Turner. Good morning, Verda. Hello, Lydia. Hi, all moderators. Hello, Sherry. Who else is here? Hello, Carolyn. Hi, Anna. Today's going to be a relatively short podcast. I'm not going to keep you all for too long because I think there's some other podcasts on today as well. Hello, Raven. Hi, Dorothy Ross. Dorothy Ross, thank you so much for the PayPal. Highly appreciated. Hello, Joyce, Susie, Mary, Dora's here, Teresa's here, Rosa. And thank you also. I had like 3 or 4 new members come in. I think a couple of the things that I tweeted the last few days seem to have gone kind of semi-viral. So I think a lot of people have found the channel. So Thank you so much and welcome if you are joining us. Um, see who else is here. Oh yes, Dina C. Thank you so much for becoming a member, darling. And also, thank you so much to Lorna for your super sticker. What's everyone doing this bank holiday weekend? Anything special? What's everyone's favorite food? I'm going to Thai tonight. Actually wanted Spanish tapas, but the place is closed, so we're doing Thai instead. Lynn, does Harry own a horse in California? Not that I know of. I'm sure there's some place on Casta de Moncito for some horses. Okay, can everyone hear me? One person saying that they can't hear me. Everyone can hear me, right? Just put one in the chat, just to make sure. Just to make sure that it's not everyone. Okay, you can hear me. Alrighty then, let's get started. So, big news from the weekend. Harry making a surprise appearance with Nacho to do a charity polo event. This seems to be the fifth annual charity event of its kind. So it's probably going to be a thing that we're going to see Harry at um, year after year, hopefully. But yes, this was with Nacho, who is his, um, in many ways, I think, I'm going to say his soul brother, just because he's been so loyal to Harry. And Nacho had actually, so we got the heads up in a statement that came out from Nacho where he said he's playing on a team called Los Padres after the National Forest, and let slip some exclusive news about a certain now local member of the British royal family who is joining him on the team. Prince Harry is an avid polo enthusiast and player, and has also played polo all his life. Him and I wanted this team to be very local and to pay tribute to Southern California because of him moving here and paying tribute to his new home. Is going to be a platform for a lot of good things. I'm very excited, proud, and honored to be doing this with him. So, I mean, obviously, Harry's done polo games in the past to raise money for charity, particularly sent to Barley, but now giving money to the place that has welcomed him with open arms. So that's great to see, and it's great to see him with Nacho looking very happy. I got a bit jazzy with the with the Photoshop. Somebody on Twitter said, "Oh, this would look good as a picture for a cologne advert," and I got jazzy with the Photoshop. So I don't know about you, but if this was in a department store, I would buy it. We are Invictus, the new fragrance for men. Oh, Nacho has his own horses and stables. That's cool. So Lily's gonna get a horse for her fifth birthday then, surely. Brenda, I think that's why he went to Texas to check out his horse at the rodeo. No leaks. Maybe, maybe. Yes, Teresa. Harry stays busy and he is thriving. Yes, Marcy. Harry riding a horse is so sexy. Lucky Meccan. Imagine having a husband who started Invictus, started Centre Ballet, and can play polo and ride a horse. How amazing! Yes, Rahini, it's so good to see the things that Harry loved in the UK. He's also getting to enjoy over in his new home. Yes, Shreefa Dilly, he looks mighty fine in his uniform. I believe Nacho does actually have a fragrance, so go and look for that. But yeah, that was Harry having a great time and raising money for charity. So that is that. Oh, there's some more pictures here. And look at the look of brotherly love that Harry is giving Nacho Nacho's looking Harry. Get you a brother that looks at you like that. Unlike the other brother on this side of the Atlantic that does nothing but betray and be mean. So that was that. Um, Cute little story here. This young lady, little primary school girl who got to meet Megan. She got to go to the Invictus Games over the Easter holidays, and she got a picture of the moment. Absolutely adorable. I just noticed actually that she has freckles, just like Megan. So how lovely for that little girl, and I'm sure that she will remember that moment for a lifetime. And these lovely moments were just what we saw time and time again throughout the entire Invictus Games. Nothing but smiles and moments of joy. So you look at pictures like this and you just think, what type of people are there in the British press that would want to drag down the Invictus Games, drag down this event that brings, that's brought so much joy to families and everybody involved. So there was that. Um, Also, we've now got a breakdown of the costs of how much it cost to do the tour for Jamaica. And this is just for Jamaica, by the way. So we don't have, like a full breakdown of everything. And this was, well, the reason that we have these numbers is because someone did a request. Um, so they did a freedom of information request to the office of the Prime Minister in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm not quite sure if you can read it on the screen, but I'll read it here from my phone. It says information on the total sum paid by the government of Jamaica for costs associated with the visit of the royal couple to Jamaica. The person also requested um, that they indicate the different spends covered by the government of Jamaica for the visit, and information on which public body covered the cost. Was it the Ministry of Finance, or the Office of the Prime Minister? And so here we have the breakdowns, which include 4 million, over 4 million that was spent on the state banquet alone at the King's House. 4 million on a state banquet. Do you know what that money could have done for those black kids that they were just prancing around taking pictures with? Transportation, including fuel, rental of vehicles and toll charges, over 400,000. Infrastructure and decor, including portalets, cleaning services, decor and rentals, over 800,000. Accreditation, including media and support staff, over 122,000. Publication and communication services, including printing of programs, labels, stickers, and promotional and electronic banners, over 300,000. For labels and stickers? Are you serious? Cultural performances. I guess this is renting the Trenchtown Culture Yard. Is that where they were taking pictures of the kids through the fences? Over 50,000 for a total. And also gifts, over 30,000. Oh no, that is okay. There's something else that costs 30,000. It's not quite clear what that is, but anyway, a total of over 8 million for a tour that was a complete and utter disaster. And please, someone explain to me, what did Jamaica get from this? What did they get from this? Ah, dear, oh dear, dear, oh dear. Mm. Sonia, I see Nacho more like a brother, so I call him Harry's brother. Yes, and almost everyone in the comment section when Nacho posted that picture was calling him brother as well. Mm. Sarah Turner, she's such a cute little thing, a little sass. I got to be with Megan, yeah. Adorable little girl. Must have been a great day for her. Yes, the boys are back together in town again. Let me put that picture back while I'm taking your comments. Marcy, I hope the Sausages released a picture of Archie riding his Invictus bike for his birthday. Well, if they want to do that, they can. It's up to them. Sonia, imagine William saying he cannot even put his arms around his brother, but Nacho had no problem hugging Harry. Yes, I remember that. That wasn't that published? Was it in the Daily Telegraph? One of the propaganda outlets. I do remember that headline. Or was it the Daily Fail? Teresa, what's sad is how they don't care how bad they are trying, how bad they look trying to smear charities, businesses, and orgs just for working with Harry and Meghan. Indeed. And you look at pictures of the families at Invictus, you look at pictures of that little girl, and you just think, what cold-hearted, nasty people. Their hatred for Harry and Meghan is such that they would put out that much negativity just to try and bring down the Invictus Games or anything to do with Harry and Meghan. Yes, Black Queen, they have zero moral compass. And yes, a ridiculous waste of money, more than 8 million for one disastrous stop. That country um, can ill afford any of that. What I'd like to know, yes, true for Dilly. What WTF? I'd like to know how much the other countries paid as well. Yeah, Lynn, this is the thing. Jamaica paid, and there was the whole hoo-ha at the very beginning that Jamaica would not pay. So what happened? And what an absolute waste. And I mean, obviously, actually, let me just go back. One thing that isn't mentioned on this is security. So is that because the UK paid for security? And how much did that cost? Because I'm assuming that cost then, if it's not written here, that cost would have gone to the British taxpayer, no? So how much did we pay for security and transportation for them to get there? A Rahini in Jamaica, some teachers have not been paid. It's effing crazy. It's disgraceful, is what it is. Yes, Anna, 8 million, you can feed people. And then there was, what was it, 300,000 or something on Kate's wardrobe? But I think that was paid for by the British taxpayer. Yes, he's a key waste of money. Yes, Marcy, tours are a waste of time and money, just like the Jubilee. Fuel costs absolutely disgraceful at the moment, and we're still going to have an overpriced party for the Jubilee. Yes, Annie, they're still stealing money from the Commonwealth. Okay, so that is that. Guess we can move over to the meaty, the meaty story of the day. So, Hello Magazine DM'd me asking about the post regarding Yasmin and the cookie company that was the vendor um, during the Ellen show when Megan did the prank. Now, obviously, I got an interview with her. For those of you who haven't listened to it, definitely go check it out. It's a couple of videos back. But one of the things that Yasmin said was that she had avoided speaking to anyone in the press because she didn't want anything that she said to be twisted. And we know how much the press can twist even the most innocent of things. And so I went back and I looked at a lot of the coverage that Hello Magazine had done. And in the beginning, when I looked at some of these covers, you would think that Hello Magazine was quite positive. I mean, if you look at some of these, Meghan Mania, Meghan Sparkles, Meghan A Spectacular Return. So just looking at these covers, you would think that they were pro Meghan. But what I later found, as I started to go through some of their feed and some of their previous stories, that was not entirely the case, especially on the Hello Mag online and on their social media. So if you go to Hello Mag's Instagram page, for example, and you look at pictures in the comment section of Megan, the comment section is just filled with so much hatred, completely and utterly unfiltered and unmoderated. Just the nastiest things about her. And they have made absolutely no effort to clean this up. But they constantly prop up Kate, and I don't think they've ever called out Kate for her behavior. And so I just responded by saying, "This is gonna be a no from me. I'm not interested in talking to you. I don't like the nasty attitude of your readers. And the comments that they leave under pictures of Megan they're horrible, they're unmoderated, and I won't have anything to do with publications that tolerate abuse towards Megan." Because even if Hello Magazine had never said anything horrible about Megan, and even if their readers weren't nasty, at the height of the smear campaign, they said nothing about how bad the bullying had gotten towards Megan. In fact, some other squaddies informed me, because I did not know this, that Hello Magazine apparently did a campaign about stop bullying, but it was centered around Kate. It was not centered around Megan, who was the one who was actually being bullied and who the whole world thought made Kate cry, when it was actually when it was actually Kate that made Megan cry. So for me, my stance on tabloids and tabloids messaging me and wanting to talk to me is that I just have no interest in talking to them. If I ever do talk to anyone or go on a show, um, I'm definitely gonna come guns a blazing and not hold back. I'm not gonna be there to be nice if I ever make that choice. And like I said, with the whole situation with the Australian news channel that tried to take my video and make me look like I was saying something about Megan and then tried to pay me off afterwards, I cannot be bought. So I just hope this sends a message to anybody else or any other companies or magazines that were thinking that they could DM me, when we know that you either took part in the smear campaign against Megan or said nothing when it was at its worst. And that's all I have to say about that before I go to your comments. Claudia, the roads in parts of the island needs desperate fixing. The Jamaican government said they didn't have money to fix it, but they have money for this. Of course, I have money for this. Got all the money for the colonizers. Yes, Fancy, the money could have been used on the people. Yes, true for Dilly. They paid 8 million to use, abuse, and manipulate people. Oh, absolutely horrid. Hello, Church Nelly. Thank you for joining us, darling. Thank you, everyone, if you've just joined us. Please do thumbs up. I think that we will get to 9,000 subs before the end of the month. And this tour and all of these tours are all being held as a celebration. What are we celebrating? What has been celebrated? And especially just after the pandemic. We just had a whole pandemic and you're spending 8 million on a tour. And countries like Jamaica rely so heavily on tourism. That money should have been used to help keep those people who work in the tourism sector, help keep them afloat and help rebuild their businesses. Oh, Palena, Jamaica said they wouldn't pay for security. What was that specifically stated? So I guess they didn't say that they wouldn't pay for everything else, right? Diane, security might be in the audit line about vetting staff. Airfare and housing were listed, all covered by Jamaica. Yeah, wardrobe is likely picked up by the UK. Yeah, I think the wardrobe was picked up by the UK because it's not like she wore any Jamaican or Caribbean designers. All right, let me scroll, scroll, scroll. Thank you so much, Marcy. You will help as well. Oh, Lizia, you got your cookies from Yasmin. Yay! And they love them. Oh, that's great to know. Oh, that's amazing. Thank you all so much for supporting her. She's actually going to send me some cookies. I'm sure they'll get to the UK fine. As long as customs don't get hungry on the job and munch into them. I can't wait to get them. Although she doesn't ship to the UK, but she's very kind and she's sending me some. Now, Rahini, Hello Magazine is usually more puff pieces on the royals, but they are part of the establishment. Yeah, and this is the thing. Like I mean, I saw one or two shady things. I think there was that whole thing about, they did a story about Megan Fox's ring that very quickly got. I believe that article very quickly got deleted. It was like um Megan Fox's engagement ring to Machine Gun Kelly, and somehow they managed to bring Meghan Markle into that. So I'm assuming it was just for the headline, but that very quickly got deleted. But I mean, I couldn't find anything that was outrightly hateful. It's the fact that they allowed hate on their platform to thrive. That's the issue that I had. And also now that the hate campaign is just not working, a lot of these platforms are switching codes. Yes, Diane, and I know other, Megan platform, pro Megan platforms that have been approached by media as well, and that turned them down. And I'm very proud that everyone has stayed loyal. Sylvia, thank you so much, Sylvia. You have seen awful title covers about Megan on Hello Magazine. Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't find them, but I'll take your word for it. One person did tell me though that Hello Canada pushed back against a lot of the smear campaign. So if Hello Canada wants to hit me up, I'm happy to speak to Hello Canada, but I'm not going to speak to Hello UK. But that doesn't surprise me because Megan lived in Canada for what, 7 years? Oh, thank you so much, Elaine Parker, for the super sticker, and thank you all so much for your lovely messages. Cho to say, I have known this Hello Meg was a mouthpiece of the Daily Fail. Anything after their scripts is negative. Emily Nash is the elusive reporter. Oh, okay. Yes, Rahini, the Shambridges did not bring anything of value. Thank you so much, Vanessa Jones, for the super sticker. Much appreciated, darling. Teresa, I think the security being excluded was intentional since they won't give Harry security, perhaps. But how can they sit there and say we don't have the money? We don't want to give you reparations, but we've got money for a tour. Because I don't know how much the UK government spent on security for William and Kate, but for an international tour, it must have been a lot. So they've got money to waste like that, and on her wardrobe, they should have money for reparations. Diana ordered cookies and sent some to my sister in Minnesota and Georgia. They will place additional orders. Megan the Pet just keeps on going. Amazing. Oh, Julianne, Megan, Jasmine cookies are good. Oh, it's Yasmin. Sorry. Yes, Yasmin's cookies are good according to everybody's reviews. uh, Great to see, love to see it. Kathy, can I name any Caribbean designers? No, I can't, but as a royal visiting a country, it's up to her team to research designers in the region and pay respects to the designers that are there. Mm. Teresa, they were comparing the prices of their engagement rings that were so gaudy and didn't stay up long. Yeah, I do remember that it got taken down real quick. I couldn't understand what the point was. Like, okay, they both have the name Megan. Like, the comparisons stop there. Okay, so that's that. What else did I want to so the Cambridges did actually have their, I think it was 11th wedding anniversary, and as a lot of people noted, none of their social media pages posted anything about it. And the Derangers were not happy about this. You had a woman of Windsor here saying, I had a post ready about William and Catherine's anniversary, but given that KP did today, given what KP did today, or rather didn't do, I'm working on a post about KP's communications that will be up first thing tomorrow. And she also said, so is KP's com team really not going to acknowledge their 11th anniversary at all? Know that they're going through a social media update rebranding, but this is not the answer and it's not working for me. Anyone else have any thoughts? Oh dear. It's just not working for her. It's really just not working for her. Haven't KP been rebranding and updating for a long time? Like, what's going on? And the fact that she's actually going to sit here and do a whole post about KP's communications team. Just wow. But yeah, the girls were mad, mad. Yeah, she like a lot of these publications are pretending to change to get the squad money and clicks. Marcy, knew his mother's engagement ring was doomed and was like, "Here, Billiam, you take it." Well, from what I understand, there was there was a lot of upset that Diana wanted that ring, and a lot of noise was made in the beginning that she wanted that ring. I mean, they gave it to her in the end, but it's definitely a curse ring. Oh, Kat Harlem, you received your passport ready. The Ultimate Guide to Solo Female Travel. That is amazing. Thank you so much for ordering my book. Yes, for those of you who are looking to travel, I did write a book for solo female travelers. I'll put the link in the chat. I mean, it's always in the description box, but for those of you who haven't seen it, here you go. Oh, give me a sec. Yes, and the forward was actually done by Eva Zubek, who is a really big travel YouTuber, which is she's one of the most popular. I think she's well over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So I was very grateful for her to do um, the forward. And if you are looking to start traveling again, like the world is opening up a little bit more, and you're thinking of traveling solo as a woman, it's an amazing experience, and I think every woman should do it at least once. So good luck on your travels, Kat Harlem, and please do update us. Tell us where you're going. Would love to hear it. Cho, yeah, they use other countries' funds, but not for the upkeep of Meghan whilst living on the Gilded Gates, even throughout her assignments. Indeed. And they wanted her to carry on working while making fun of the fact that she was an actress. Unbelievable. Sheila James, while talking about reparations, the Commonwealth should stop paying 5% of their taxes to the family, institution, and country and demand an audit of the organization's finances by no Brits. Yeah, just the whole system just needs to be uh, looked at from start to finish, beginning to end. And whatever doesn't serve these countries just needs to go. And that's probably everything, especially if it's costing them 8 million for a tour that was a disaster. It's like, I can't even believe that, 8 million. Jesus. Lynn, I can't fathom why trolls try to invade the Sussex friendly podcast. They are deranged. Yeah, well, we know that our faves live rent free in their minds. Oh, and by the way, I believe that Harry could be playing for a second time today, so we might get more pictures later on in the day. Okay, so that is that. What else? All right, I think that was pretty much it. Only other thing that I wanted to mention before I end with the comments. Some of you have probably heard this situation that's going on in the UK with an MP that was caught watching some dirty things during Parliament, and he was seen by other female colleagues watching them dirty things while at work, and just disgusting on every level. First of all, for watching them dirty things at work next to female colleagues when he should have been concentrating on his work, being unprofessional on his job and making other colleagues feel uncomfortable. And then to come out and try to defend the fact that he was watching them dirty things at work and try and excuse this. And then try to lie and say that he was looking at tractors and somehow ended up on them dirty things. Does this not just really illustrate what is wrong with certain group of men in power? Not all, but if you're looking at this guy, you're looking at Boris Johnson. I'm talking about that elite circle of Etonian, tough-nosed, too much power group of dudes. And it was only, what was it, a week ago that Angela, one of the female MPs, was being degraded and sexualized in a British newspaper for the titillation of male viewers. And now you've got this male MP just acting a damn fool. And as I said on Twitter, and I meant every single word, I want to pile on to Tory MP Neil Parish, that's his name. I want to add on to his embarrassment by adding that porn's depiction of sex is so far removed from what most women actually enjoy and has never been more degrading. Oh, and it leads to dysfunction. So not only is he unprofessional, he's probably beep in bed. So I don't know what his wife has said about this. If she's one of those trad wife types, which a lot of the women who are married to these type of men are, she's probably defended him. But just throw the whole party away. Throw it all away. Diane, that's why we call them deranged. They are crazy. Why not spend time loving up and doing their own posts on their beloveds instead of sticking their noses under fences in Montecito? Indeed. Because they know that it's an illusion. I mean, yeah, the pictures speak for themselves. Yes, Margaret, you only announce a wedding anniversary when the marriage is going well. But I'm so surprised that they wouldn't even post just one picture. I'm just glad that we didn't get those weird Macy's ads style videos that we got last time. Catherine, shout out to Michelle. She graduated. Oh, is that Michelle from Sausage Squad podcast? Oh, that's great. If that's what you're talking about, congrats to her. I talked to Tina more than I talked to Michelle, so I didn't know that. But congrats to her. Um, Camilla on Vogue? When? Oh god. Are you serious? Wait, when did now you guys got me Googling in the middle of a podcast. Are you guys serious? Is Camilla gonna be on Vogue? I didn't hear about this. Edward Enninful. Edward Enninful, we're coming after you. Oh my god, she really is in Vogue. Camilla is the star on the cover of Vogue for her 75th birthday. Oh, Edward Enninful. For real? For real. Okay, sorry, before I get through your comments, just give me a sec to play the music. I have to grab something, sorry. And we're back. Dorothy, in my morning paper today, there were photographs of William and Kate looking into each other's eyes with a look of love. Like this look of love that we're seeing here? Is this a look of love? Asking for a body language expert. Now, Mahini, I realized that the UK press was trash when they tried to convince us that Chris Middleton was a butt, had a butt. Well, that whole thing was just completely and utterly distasteful. And I almost felt like they were trolling Kate. You had this huge royal wedding that we're not going to, royal weddings are once, well, I wouldn't say once in a generation. Maybe you have like 3 or 4. You only have a handful. Certainly, the royal wedding of a king is a once in a generation occasion, and they somehow managed to turn the whole thing into let's look at Pippa's bum. Oh, Amorosa, you are in Tulum, Mexico. Amazing. Hope you're having a great time. I'd love to go to Tulum. Yeah, I think Diana picked her own out of a catalogue, but Charles gave Camilla the Queen Mum's ring. Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay, Kathy, I think we're going to block you. Wendy, oh, thank you for the list of Caribbean designers there. For anyone who wanted a list of Caribbean designers, there, please screen print and go check them out. Traditionally, if the British people tolerate this, nothing will change. Well, yeah, I mean, at this point with the royals, it's like they're just kicking a can down the road and, seeing how far that they can. Oh, sorry, are you talking about the royals or are you talking about the Oh, I think you're talking about the MP who was looking at the dirty things. Yeah. Oh, well, both. With the royals and with what's going on with politics, yes, if the British public continue to tolerate this, nothing will change. Rahina, if you go from tractors to PE, you can only imagine what kind of PE it was. Indeed, indeed. He'll resign only if the investigation finds him guilty. Well, I don't understand this whole situation of you can admit to a crime, but there still needs to be an investigation. Yes, Andy, nasty noodle D old men. Yes, Polena, it starts with the leader, disrespectful, and it trickles down. Because what type of culture is going to be fostered when you've got a leader like Johnson? It's disgraceful. Yes, Claudia, it's because of a privileged few that this world seems to be going to hell in a basket. Agreed. And it's not just the UK. Dolores, I heard about this pervert MP. He's an example of some of your politicians that reek. Yeah. And as we all know, he's not the only one. And there have been reports of sexual misconduct um, in both Tory and Labour parties, and female MPs in both parties being told that they should not report incidences. So for me, I just say throw them all in the bin. Any the marriages and what they thought it would be. Who, William and Kate, or their fans who had a fairy tale in their mind? No, honey, we're not kidding. We're not kidding at all. Teresa, what alternate universe have we fallen into? Camilla, Vogue. Well, she's never really been considered a style icon, so this is very strange to me. I don't know. I haven't bought Vogue in years. I don't even buy Teen Vogue, so but apparently Teen Vogue is a little bit more progressive. But I'm just not really big on fashion magazines in general. I don't find them interesting. Sylvia, are you saying that nothing was posted for Doolittle's anniversary? Is that normal? Well, you would think, given all of the chatter about the state of their union, that they would post something. I mean, I definitely wasn't expecting all the fanfare of last year because it was 10th anniversary, but just something, anything. And the Derangers definitely noticed and weren't happy about it. Rahini, I'm not going to put that comment about Photoshop and Vogue on the screen, but I agree. uh, oh, and oh gosh, I almost forgot. Um, where is the picture? Yes, Princess Charlene. So Charlene, speaking of unhappy marriages, before we wrap up, yes, Charlene was seen for the first time in a while. Now, I actually did a video about Charlene some time back, and just talking about her marriage to Albert, and just the tumultuous journey that she has had, becoming a princess and being in this marriage and in this institution. And there were several. It was reported that she attempted to escape before the wedding several times. She was in Australia, not Australia, sorry, South Africa, quite recently. and was quite ill there. Came back. Uh, it would appear was in some kind of treatment facility, and has been seen for the first time at an event. Now, I mean, health wise, she is looking a lot better than what she was, but you can see on the inside, this is clearly someone that is just not happy. Um, I really do hope that she can find freedom and she can find happiness. But this is just very, very sad to see. Someone who many would think is living a very gilded life, but um, it's a gilded cage. And I hope for her sake and her children's sake as well, that something can be done about this. Because it just seems like everybody around this woman uh, just kind of wants her to suffer, and it doesn't seem like she can leave. Constance, they have turned up the volume since Invictus Games. The press wants them to fail. I saw a few headlines that Thomas Senior going to the Jubilee. Yeah, that was all. This is all Dan Wooten's doing because he just lives for the drama. Uh, Sheila, Camilla allegedly is trying to compete with Megan. Well, you can't compete where you don't compare. And wants a public profile in America. Good luck. She is putting out fillers to see how a sit down with an American media outlet would go. Well, bearing in mind that for most of the international audience, and particularly America, what they know and love about the royal family really is just Diana. And as far as they're concerned, Diana was betrayed and hurt by this institution. So I have no idea why Camilla wants to be raising her profile in the US and doing sit down interviews with American outlets. That is literally a disaster waiting to happen. Oh, Andrea, is your travel book age specific? No, it's not. It's not. To be honest, I wouldn't even say that it was gender specific. It's just for marketing purposes. As a woman talking to women, I marketed it towards women, but pretty much anyone can read it. And as well as just general travel advice, there are also lots of stories directly from solo female travelers of all ages and all backgrounds, from younger to much older, who have traveled solo. So yeah, it's for everyone, really. Laura says, "No way William and Kate can get divorced because they are the future of the British monarchy." No, they can divorce. The line of succession continues, and William just remarries. So it's not that the monarchy can't physically continue, it's whether or not the British public is going to accept that William possibly allegedly was pruning the rose bushes. Because mind you, they could very much just present it to the public as it was a mutual agreement and they went their separate ways. It doesn't necessarily mean that just because it comes out that they're separating and divorcing, it doesn't necessarily mean that an alleged affair will be part of that announcement. They could really just paint it and wrap it up with a nice bow, and then the blow won't be so hard. But if it comes out that this alleged affair is true, then that's going to be something different. Thank you so much, Jackie from the Netherlands. Yeah, the king and queen of the Netherlands and the whole family seems very down to earth. Isn't the king like a part-time pilot? And apparently the daughter, she's not taking her inheritance for some time, and she's still going to school and having a career. So I think they're an example of a royal family that have modernized and come into the modern age in a way that the public can accept them. It's just good to see a royal family that don't, see themselves as above others. They had the King Day and they're all dancing around, having a good time. I think that's just the way forward. If you're going to have a monarchy, that should be the way forward. I think Kate went into this as stars in her eyes. Now she's miserable, dealing with a temper tantrum, husband, and a class five stage mum. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not. I think things could have been so much different if William, as a husband, could have just he could have put his foot down and said, "No, we're changing things. My wife is not going to be a mannequin. We're gonna modernize." Like he could have done that. He could actually still do that as future king. He just chooses not to. Lily Bell, that's no look of love. It's a look of pity. Body language expert who got my certificate on voucher. Oh my gosh, guys and dolls! As a social experiment, should I actually do a body language course on voucher or Groupon? Should I actually do that? One in the chat if you want me to do that, and then I can start doing body language expert videos on the other royals. All right, let's there you go. Constance, when Charles goes on his Canadian tour, the natives' reaction will be interesting. Check out the 1964 Queen Prince Philip Kamloops and Missing Orphans. Last summer, massive gravesite. QE and QV statues toppled and PM out. Oh, that is quite interesting. So, are you saying that the gravesite? I know I've heard about the gravesite. So, are you saying um that the Queen and Philip or the British institution has something to do with that? Is that what you're saying? I'm gonna look in a little bit more into that. But thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, you're right. It is going to be interesting, especially given that they were protests and that there were statues toppled. How the public there are going to react to them being there, because it's not like anybody's asking them to come. And quite frankly, politically, Canada has bigger things to deal with right now than royals coming to wave at them. Rahini, I feel the Cambridges are afraid of the squad. Would shred them for the anniversary. Why? Because we shredded them for the video. Well, to be quite honest, it wasn't actually just the squad. I saw people who weren't part of the squad that had something to say about those videos and pictures that were released and that they looked so staged. Mm. Pelena, that's why when women complained of harassment and abuse, they are not supported most of the time. Yeah. I mean, you look at how people are very much making a joke of this whole situation with the MPs. Sorry, with the MP who was looking at the dirty things on his phone. And yeah, I guess on one level you can kind of say ha ha, but for the women, for the colleagues who have to sit there and deal with this, it's definitely not ha ha, especially when they're not listened to and no action is taken. Jean, Vogue is trying to help Camilla's image since she will be queen consort, so she will be accepted by the public. Well, doing a cover um isn't what I would consider doing impactful work. And if they think that that alone will help her be accepted, they're kidding themselves, because Megan's feature that she did with Vogue was highlighting other innovators and trailblazers. That's how you create impact. You don't put yourself on the cover. Yes, Annie. Charlene looks very unhappy in her marriage. Mm, very sad to see. Diane, she still has a hostage look, and her kids seem to know it. Well, kids will pick up on things like this. A constant Charlene is so unhappy. George and Louis will have a hard time getting spouses. Something's wrong with these people. Yeah, I mean, especially with everything that has gone on in the last 4 or 5 years, or since Megan came along, and how this has all played out, and how the Windsors have shown themselves just to be nasty people. Who would want their daughter to marry into this institution? Even if, and George and Louis and Charlotte could all turn out to be, stellar adults who are nothing like the grown adults who are raising them. They could turn out to be absolutely wonderful people, and I hope they turn out to be absolutely wonderful people. But would you want to marry into their family? I don't think I would. Elizabeth, I heard she wants to move to Switzerland. But Charlene, there was a very strange rumor that went around that who was it? Naomi Campbell's ex, the Russian guy, was trying to help her escape. Just typical Daily Fail nonsense. And I haven't heard anything about that since. Ellen, is there a reason why she had to marry this man? It is a dynastic marriage. This is strange. Hmm. Well, she was very much her own woman. Wasn't she not an Olympian, but I think she competed in the Commonwealth Games. She was a swimmer. So maybe, she was sold a bill of goods, and then she got into it. And by the time she wanted to come out, there was just too much pressure on her, both from Albert's family and her family. He probably wanted her to get in the family so they could all have titles. It's just very sad. And also, a reminder that happy hashtag happy B Day Archie and Lily is coming soon. Sussex Squad podcast and Sussex Squad community accounts are planning some kind of squadathon. So make sure to keep an eye out for that, and I will most definitely tell you what they're doing when they start. There is a documentary on the curse of the Monaco wives, and Levin is a commentator. Oh no! Oh, see it now. If you had just told me that there was a documentary on the curse of the Monaco wives, I probably would have watched it. But now that you said that Levin is a commentator, oh my goodness. See, Angela Levin is one of these women who would have happily been in an institution like this if she had the look, and just happily put up um, with just being a mannequin. She really comes across to me as the type of woman who is just kind of happy to be a silent mute, to be seen, not heard, if she had the look, but she doesn't, and she's definitely not pretty on the inside. Catherine, those Princess Fairy story have been a fantasy that ain't not real. That's why they hate Meghan, because she busted the fantasy wide open. Of course. I mean, the princess literally rescued the prince. And the fairy godmother in the story is a black man called Tyler Perry. So just um, the most modern fairy tale of all time played out. Like Diane, the Royals keep shaming themselves, and their media are helping them to continue digging their own graves. Amazing that someone over there can't figure out how to push, pause, and then rewind. Yeah, this what we're witnessing is a very slow train crash. Very, very slow. Mm. All right, let me scroll through your comments. Oh, all of you put one in the chat. So you want me to do the body language course? uh oh no. Now I actually have to do it. Uh okay. I'll look into it and I'll see how much it is and how long it's gonna take. If it's not too expensive and it doesn't take too much of my time, I will actually do it and review it. Time and money depending. Or I might, if it's too much, I might do a GoFundMe. uh yes, Catherine. No one needs an expert to see a trapped in a loveless marriage. Indeed. Duchess, do you think about fell about how you feel about Rose showing up at Prince Philip's church service? I mean, it was just so distasteful. But there were literally three generations of alleged for the lawyers listening, mistresses under one roof. And Andrew. Wait, I think I have the. Do I have the? I believe I do. Yes, disgraceful. Vinob, yes, please do the body language course. Oh no, now I actually have to do it. Constance, yes, in 1964, they took 10 kids never to be seen again. In 2013, the Queen, Prince Philip, PC, and PC was arrested by International Court of Brussels. One survivor, M, Combs sworn statement and died. Case dropped. Jesus. Okay, I'm going to look into this. Thank you for mentioning that, Constance. There were a number of residential schools built across Canada starting in the 1800s for Indigenous children. In recent years, hundreds of grave sites have been found. Oh, absolutely disgraceful. What happened to all these kids then? And is there an investigation into this? Like, why isn't the UN or we have all these big organizations, the alphabet of the international organizations, and they're doing nothing. Cho, they all do worse things than that. Only he got caught in Parliament session by his own obsessive, reckless compulsion. Agreed. They may certainly do things worse than that. Rahini, I look forward to Charlotte marrying a Lil Wayne type. Oh my god, no. No, we're not gonna do Charlotte like that. We're not gonna do Charlotte like that. I genuinely hope that they all grow up to be emotionally healthy, happy adults who break the generational curse. God. We do not want Charlotte with a Lil Wayne type. God, no. No. No, Satan. Oh dear. Patricia, unfortunately, there are some mothers out there like Kate's that would do anything for the tiara. Yeah, Cara Middleton is the aristo version of Kris Jenner, for real. Okay. Claudia, Levin is definitely not pretty on the outside either. No. If you haven't read that article in the Daily Mail that she did about her relationship with her mother, you should definitely read that. Very eye-opening. It explains a lot is all I'm gonna say. Oh, you guys. You're all saying take the body language course. Oh, now I'm gonna have to do it. Thank you so much, Jackie, from the Netherlands with super sticker. Much appreciated. All right, I'm literally like rampaging through your comments, so we can wrap this up. Kat Harlem, Levin is exactly what her mother described as. Yes, she's become her mother. She doesn't even realize it. Like she's literally a stalker masquerading as a journalist. I don't know how she gets away with this. Instead of abusing her mother, she's abusing her in Megan, one a woman she never met. Indeed. Crack me up. Royals in general are outdated all over the world. It has lost the popularity. UK royals thought it would never happen, but nothing can be done since Next Generation is over. Indeed. But they've done it to themselves. That's the thing. They want to blame everyone else. They want to blame Megan. They want to blame Oprah. They want to blame the corgis. It's their own fault. Hey Jude, there has been generations of trauma within the First Nations communities as a result of these schools. The extent of the abuse is finally being reported. Oh my gosh. See, this is the thing that I would want to actually sit down and research and make a very like well edited video about. But it would take a long time. Like um I think I've only ever done like one very detailed historical video, and that was the video about royal women and childbirth, and that took like 8 days, guys and dolls. It took 8 days. So I would love to do more videos and stuff like this because I think this is really important for us to talk about. But maybe, give it a couple more months and the channel is actually making me an income, and then I can have the time to sit down and research these things because I think that they're really important, and I love that you all bring these things up in chats. And thank you for doing that. But Joe, the Met Police bury evidence. Their elite friends make the law to protect them, and their scandals at all costs. Of course, there's just a revolving door of corruption between the elites, the police, and the press. And you've got people in high positions in the police, for example, Cressida Dick, who was given an award by Charles. So if she knows anything about the royal family, or somebody brings something to the police about the royal family, are they going to be prosecuted? Of course not. Right, Elizabeth, does anyone get the feeling that once the Queen passed away, there will be a downfall? Everybody has that feeling, Elizabeth. We all have that feeling involving the monarchy. I do not believe that the monarchy will be as strong as it once was. No, because there will be no one for them to use as a shield. See, right now it's very difficult to criticize the royals because they use the Queen as a shield. It's very difficult still to criticize the Queen. But once she's gone, what are they going to do? They're going to turn around and say, "Oh, but you're disrespecting Charles." What, Charles, the tampon prince that betrayed Diana, that guy? Oh, I think did somebody? Okay, sorry, I believe somebody gave a donation and I might have missed it. I'm so sorry if I have. It's a bit difficult sometimes with so many comments coming through to see everyone's. But thank you so much to everyone who's donated today. Kat Harlem, I don't recall the British media ever bashing Tyler Perry, but they tried to bash Oprah and Gail for their interactions with the Sussexes. I don't think they ever openly bashed him, but you know how it is, the way outlets like the Daily Mail write articles that kind of um, leaves people who they're targeting open to bashing, even if they don't directly bash them. I also do remember, I think it was the Telegraph or the Times, that referred to Tyler Perry as a rapper. American rapper Tyler Perry. I literally howled. Like, he's American, he's black, must be a rapper. Thank you, Macy, for dropping by. Yes, he's a queen. Everybody is hiding behind the queen. And the moment she's gone, they won't have anyone to hide behind. Lily Bell, Doctor of Success, you can buy your certificate on eBay or voucher. Yeah, I would just buy the certificate and say that I'm a body language expert now. But I would love to see what's in the actual modules. All right, who's going to get the last word of the day? Let's wrap this up because I need to go do my hair and makeup. I look a mess. And I had dinner in a few hours. Agnes, why no word on the bullying allegations? What, the allegations that were made against Megan? Well, they have no evidence. Oh, and before I do go, I did have a short clip from the polo match.
Go, go, go. Go, go.
Honestly, it's the way that they're able to ride on these horses and just like be so upright and just move so easily. I mean, the amount of skill that must take. First of all, to like be on that horse without falling, to be able to move your body with the horse, and then to be able to lean down, hit the ball right, and not fall off. Just wow. Rahini, I fear if after the Queen passes, the shield themselves, they're going to ramp up the hate against Sussex. Yeah. But you know what? It's great that the Sussexes have actually seen the Queen now. And I think that is going to make it a lot more difficult for them. I think the absolute cherry on the cake is if we see pictures of the Queen with Archie and Lily. That will be the cherry on the cake. And then it'll be very difficult for them to go after the Sussexes. But we know that they will try. Okay, crack me up, love. I'm going to give you the last word of the day. Be kind and live your best life. We are moving right along, indeed. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely week. Enjoy the rest of your bank holiday weekend. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow if there's any news. Bye.
I know I messed it up, but in my soul, I feel a love for you that's out of control. Sometimes I feel like I can make you whole. I just can't change my emotions. There isn't anything I wouldn't do to prove that everything I say is true. And if you let me, I'll keep loving you. I just can't change my emotions. Come on, love me again. You're all I need. Can you love me again? I need. Come on, love me the way you did. I just can't change my emotions.
Go, go, go. Go, go.